Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Survival Minecraft. Last episode, we built this giant iron farm, and it is running beautifully. Let's go check out the drops. I did like half an hour AFK. Oh my, look at this. Oh yes, plenty of iron. And we can compost these poppies for bone meal. All's well and good with the iron farm, but we need to do some admin. We've got these great facades on the builds, but the back is looking a little rough. Let's be real here. This isn't pretty to look at. It's a bit of a pain. So in this episode, we are going to do some admin. We're going to make the street, so it's not just grass. It's not a grass lane anymore. I'm going to fill out the street, fill out the pavement, put a little slime shop in here, quote unquote shop. I mean, it's going to be like a foyer with access to the chests, the slime chests. What else are we going to do? We're going to finish the maintenance room here to turn this slime farm on and off. We are going to sleep real quick. We need to connect it to the coffee shop down below. We'll put a little staircase coming up. We're going to scale up this honey farm because, I mean, right now we've got a very, very basic setup going on here. But we need to improve this. So we're going to put more of these in. I like the concept of this, but I'm going to tear it down because it wasn't working. And I'm going to incorporate everything that I thought was cool about this into the new honey farms. And I'm going to make it so you can walk in the front here. Pretty handy. So the front will be like where you go to collect your honey, same as normal, but like this will be an access point into the building. And then up here will be our way to get in and maintain the farms if something terrible were to go wrong. And we also need to decorate this farm, which is a massive, massive project. And so maybe by the end of it, I'll have one face done, and then it's just a matter of copying it to all four sides, or something like that. But if you remember in the last episode, I was saying we want like a early to mid-90s gang boss vibe going for it, and so we're going to do like a very old school New York kind of building. So these are like apartment buildings. This is very brutalist, these two. And so we're incorporating another style into here, which will be interesting. It will show like a history to the city, maybe from its early beginnings, which will be fun. So yeah, lots of stuff to do. Let's kick it off with the street. We've gone ahead and built out the street. It's looking good. Still a little more work to be done. We've got to fill it with cars and stuff. But I've gone ahead and stripped out the old Cubfan 135 farm. Good ideas, good principles, just wasn't working for some unknown reason. And so you can see if we come up here, we've got
this monstrosity, which is my first time trying to build a redstone farm. Again, used all the same principles as the cup fan 1 through 5. It looks a little different. I went through a few iterations, trial and testing, and we could maybe fit 1 or 2 over here, but it's quite big. And this is just for 2 modules. So you got this one and this one. Let me try and break it down for you guys. Is my bed over here? Yes. Gotta sleep. Alright, so we have a regular ENX04 farm that works normally. You know, we got the clock here, and then the pulse goes around. And where my redstone comes in is here. So items, the honey bottles are filtered out, and they get put in this crafter here. There's a little comparator contraption going on so that when this fills up completely with blocks, it sends a pulse into this block, into this redstone lamp, which an observer picks up and sends the signal around through the note block into this block here, which powers the block, and then this repeater gets powering this block, which powers the original crafter. When the crafter is powered, it shoots out a honey block and 4 empty glass bottles. They get put in here, and then we have another item filter here, which is sorting out the empty glass bottles and the honey blocks. Just your regular impulse SV item filter. This gets sent along a hopper line into a dropper elevator, which you saw in the cub fan farm. So basically when an item gets put in here, comparator sees it, sends a signal, comes back, and then an observer is looking at the signal and sending its pulse all the way up the dropper elevator, and which inserts the empty glass bottles back into the ENX04 farm. So I don't have to keep topping it up with glass bottles, which is nice. I don't have to do any of the crafting, which is nice. And we have 2 chests here. Pretty savvy. So I'm going to build another one on this side, and maybe like 1 or 2 more over here. We'll see what I can do with the space. That's running. So up next is the bank of slime, which we'll put in here. I like this design, but currently it serves no purpose. Like, why is it here? So I'm going to put a little small interior where you can come and collect some slime in here, which will be pretty nifty. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we've got our little stop and go slime kind of thing. Very, very simple, not a lot going on here. Some tinted glass just to make it look a little darker. We swapped the black stone for deep slate pillars, and the deep slate pillars changed a little bit. Some basalt on the walls and tuff on the floors and ceiling. A little light bar that you find in a whole bunch of commercial stores. You know what I'm talking about, like the fluorescent lights that just, they suck. And yeah, got a little collection chest here with the big bold letters slime. These 2, the S and the M, they kind of look a little out of place to me. Because the L and the I and the E are very bold, but I don't think... It's kind of a tricky situation where you kind of get what you can do, really. Like, there's no way to do an S that's a little more bold, or an M that is a little more bold, which is kind of annoying, but hey, how often are we going to look at it, really? Yeah, so that's another another storefront done. Maybe I could put the word slime along here or something. But you may have noticed, I've been trying to avoid it while recording this, but after doing the road, I added some pavement. We terraformed this area. So, yeah, now we've got like a little courtyard outside of Last Right here. Man, such a cool towering build. But I need to think up an interior for this. Not sure what I'm gonna do, but I want to try and make it really cyberpunky, like extra, like a whole bunch of neon lights kind of thing. So I'm thinking about that. That's one thing that's on the to-do list that I've been thinking about. But yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. We got a little tree here and a little bench with some shrubbery. Very nice. Pretty suave. If you guys have any ideas for what I should put in here, let me know. I'm still thinking of what to do, so now is the time to get the comments in. I'm highly suggestible at this point. This tree, I wanted it to... It's kind of like a Japanese bonsai, but kind of not, because it's too big to be bonsai. I wanted it to not seem like a natural tree. Like it's very... what's the word? A lot of human interference has gone into it to make it the shape it is. Like, trees don't grow like this. Let's just be real. Especially in Minecraft, trees don't grow like this. And so I put it there to try and make this building look less intimidating, because this is just bam, brutalism straight in your face. So this, I put it there to try and make it a little softer and more approachable, especially considering what the building is about. There's a whole bunch of remains from mobs dying. So yeah, it's coming along. So there's actually not a lot left to do in here. Need to do a foyer for the honey farm, and we need to build a facade for this, or an exterior, I should say, for this. And then that's pretty much the street done, which is awesome. I mean, there's going to be bits and bobs here and there that I will come back and keep adding to, just to make it feel more alive. Like, I've been trying to work on this, which is... Hold on. Let me find some basalt. So this is like a little manhole thing. Pretty neat. Every now and then you just get a little bit of smoke coming out. I tried to use a trapdoor, but it didn't really work. We'll just have to stick with the basalt, which is okay. It's not the worst. But yeah. Alright. So, up next, we need to build a facade for this thing. We need to come in here, build a way to get up into the on-off switch area for the slime farm, and maybe a way to connect it to the cafe, and potentially a hallway through here to the back end of the slime farm. Not the slime farm, the honey farm. It might be nice. Bearing in mind, this was only a temporary pumpkin farm. We have a whole... I have a whole factory design brewing away in my head for that. Okay, let's get building. We'll start with the facade / the exterior for Steel Syndicate.
will work, and we have completed this hallway. Pretty nice, pretty liminal. We can see into the slime farm, and I tested it out. Still works, all good, fine and dandy. And we can see in here the slime's dying. I might put tinted glass here so it's a little less visible. But we can go in there, a little bit of a button, a little more, and bam. In the ceiling we have sea lanterns, and they're covered by iron trapdoors. And then just the chest at the farm, and underneath this carpet we've got sea lanterns as well. It's pretty bright with shaders on, but it's very well lit with just the regular Minecraft lighting. We also have access to where the kitchen staff would be in this ramen shop. I look very small behind the counter, which is funny. Maybe I should put like some planks here or something to make me look a little taller. I'm looking like B-dubs right now. Anyway, going back into this very bleak hallway, we can go up here. I need to tidy up this a little bit because it's kind of jutting into the space, and so I'll work that out. And these sea lanterns are temporary just to light up the place, because I still got to work on how I'm gonna light it, you know. We can come up this staircase, kind of like the one outside of our starter base, and we've got this epic, grand, narrow hallway which leads into the kitchen area / bar area of the cafe, which is what you'd see in real life. You know, you wouldn't. The only place that people decorate is the place where customers are. Everything else is just minimal decoration, minimal expense. And we can keep going up. And again, sea lanterns are temporary, and we just have the on-off switches for the farm with all our relays in it. Now, let's go and have a look at the facade that we're going to build. I kind of want to extend the hallway so it comes out this way as well. But alas, here's the facade. So, very different style. Very, very different style to everything else that we've been doing. You know, we've got like these apartment buildings kind of looking things. Very brutal, square, grey buildings, you know. And then we have this, which is very old-timey, ornate. You know, we've got pillars and fancy windows and arches everywhere and like ornate trims around the building. And one second. Let's go fly and have a look at it kind of from the sky. Obviously, you know me. You know my style of building. I don't build the back. So yes, this build is very much incomplete. Obviously, no backside, but we do have a couple of things also that need changing. So these trapdoors, these copper trapdoors, the way I built this, I had these as oxidized, so they match the prismarine here. And I do have a roof planned for this build, but during my designing phase, I initially just took this facade that we have here and just put it on all four sides. And that's not very true to a lot of building shapes. Like this one works. This is the same pattern on all four sides, really. But that's because it's a very, how would you say, functionality first and then form. Whereas this style of architecture for the Steel Syndicate,
it's a combination of both. It should be functional, but it should also look empowering and look like these guys are rich. You know, they've got very ornate arches, and they use real expensive products in the building of this. And so just having this design copied on all four sides wouldn't feel very authentic to the build. So I'm going to plan some more of this build, and then we'll go ahead and finish it at some point in the future. But it's a massive project, a massive undertaking. So maybe don't expect that in the next episode. But we've done so much today, and I'm really proud of how the street is coming along. Hopefully you guys are getting a vision for what the city will feel like. And remember, this is just like one block. We have all of this island to do. And so the ideas are churning. If you guys have any ideas for what you'd like to see in the city, do let me know in the comments. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is all the time I have for this episode. So hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next episode.